So after reading chapters 3 and 4, with Bentov talking about the human body blinking and traveling in a certain amount of time and space, it made me think about the meditation experience I talked about in the first video in this series. I didn't go into much detail, but I'm going to go into detail here now. And let's just jump into it. So I remember this was before my Africa trip, before my first Africa trip. I was reading a book by Ra'un Nefer Amen. And he had a meditation that I also purchased. This meditation's purpose was to teach you how to meditate, but at the same time, and it was guided meditation, at the same time, it was also meant to bring your body, your systems into coherence. Your breathing, your heart, your mind, similar stuff to what Bentov's talking about. I remember I was in my room. I went and got a chair from the living room. I had an office chair, but that chair was a bit slouchy. So he said to make sure that you're sitting up straight, but not so erect, right? Plant your feet on the floor and I think he said palms up. It was guided meditation with music. And I remember sitting down, putting my feet on the floor, my back is straight, but not super straight. And he explained that helps you not to feel like you want to relax too much, that you need to be in a state of awareness at the same time. And he explained that in this meditation, they were going to go through different breathing techniques and to hold your focus between the navel. So I think it was the navel, to focus on that area of it going in and out as you're meditating. So I remember the music starts, and I've done this like 3 to 4 times now, but this time is the time when something different happened. So I remember going through the motions with the breathing. At this point, it's just regular breathing in and out. In through your nose, out through your mouth. And there was a point in the meditation where he was saying to breathe in through your nose, expand, and out through your mouth. But when you breathe in, you would hold for a couple seconds. I think it was 7 seconds. And then you breathe out through your nose. And then there was another time where he said, so we did that for a couple minutes. And then there was another time where he said to breathe in through your nose, hold, and then exhale through your mouth a little, stop, and then exhale the rest of it through your mouth a little bit more. And then that went on for a couple minutes, not long. And as I'm doing that, the music is playing. And he mentioned, I remember him saying that the music was for also facilitating the whole heart-brain coherence. And at the same time, he said to make sure that you put your tongue to the roof of your soft palate, but in between where your teeth meets the gum at the top. And he said it represents, I don't remember the exact words, but if I were to try to remember, imagine the earth being in half. There's an upper region and a lower region. Basically, he was saying that connects both together. That represents that in your body. The tongue to the soft palate and the teeth, the upper teeth inside. So it's like that. So he said to hold that in the mouth the whole time and then do the meditation. So I'm doing the meditation. And then I'm going to say without warning, like I'm supposed to get a warning, right? But it was just like suddenly I'm into it. I want to say I'm about 11 minutes into this, maybe 7 minutes into this. I'm not sure. Then suddenly I remember everything just going dark. And not dark in a scary way, but just feeling as though I'm a part of the whole. So everything is dark and I feel and I hear wind. But I'm not feeling it as a physical wind, but I'm experiencing the wind. I'm gonna almost say that like I was the wind at the same time, but also separate from it. And I remember feeling, hearing the sound like cloth, fabric, like a cape per se. But I knew I was in the cosmos for sure. I don't know where, because I didn't see any planets. I knew I was somewhere else, okay? A place that I've never been before, and having an experience I've never experienced before. And I remember just being aware of it, feeling like I know that I am meditating, but I'm not meditating, but I'm involved in something different. So feeling like I'm a part of the whole. I'm experiencing. I know this may not make any sense right now, but I'm just trying to articulate, I'm trying to find the words to explain what I was feeling. So I know I was in the cosmos, everything was dark, feeling all these sensations, but not feeling it with human senses, feeling it from a different perspective. I don't know how to explain that. And I just remember experiencing and feeling, and ironically, now that I'm talking, I'm starting to remember what happened when I got scared, because I did get scared. I got scared when I started to think. And I was like, yo, what's happening? Wait, hold on, what's going on? And then I just was like, let me wake up. And then I just opened my eyes. So I felt disappointed when that happened, because I felt like I allowed fear to control me. But at the same time, I don't know where this is. And I don't know if anybody would even believe me if I told them what I experienced. So I was like, and at the same time, I don't want to get caught or get stuck somewhere, you know? So my rational brain started coming in, and I think that didn't facilitate what was happening. So obviously I forced myself, and it wasn't hard. It was just kind of like, let me open my eyes. But at the same time, even though I said, let me open my eyes, when I was there, I didn't feel like I had eyes. I was just experiencing something. But anyway, I woke up and I was like, whoa. Then I felt different emotions. I felt like I should have stayed to experience what was truly happening. And then at the same time, my logical brain was like, man, you need to get the hell out of there, because you have no idea what's going on and you've never been there before. So, you know, your brain's saying a bunch of nonsense. At least mine was. And I was just genuinely afraid. And that was my experience. It definitely felt like I was somewhere else experiencing something new that I've never experienced before. And based on what, you know, Bentov was talking about, I felt like I am feeling like it's connecting the dots for me, that I was within one of those blinks, possibly, and being able to leave and travel. And it was a very unique, odd experience, to the point where I can still remember it as I'm telling you now, as detailed as I can. I've tried more after that to experience that feeling that I had, but I felt like maybe the innocence of just being non-aware and just surrendering to wanting to just know and experience. I feel like that energy helped the whole thing as well, because after that, when I tried, I was intentionally trying to go back there, trying to experience that thing. So, and it never happened again. I've had meditations where, you know, I wake up, I wouldn't say I wake up, I open my eyes feeling more clear, and then I feel the residual effects after doing it for months and months and months. But this meditation, the one I experienced years ago, was just different. I would like to know if any of you guys have experienced anything like that, or anything similar to that. And it doesn't even have to be because of meditation, just genuinely experiencing something like that, something similar. I would love to know, and I'd love to hear it. And if you don't mind just sharing it below in the comments. That is my recap, my conversation about my experience and how it connected to the terms and the things that Bentov was sharing in his book in chapter 3 and 4. And I hope you enjoyed it. Next time, we're going to get into chapter 5. So I read chapter 6 today, and it's already looking like about a couple videos. So I feel like we'll see what we can do with chapter 5 and 6. Next episode may just be about chapter 5. All right, guys, take care. Understanding your spiritual blockchain, that's one thing. Knowing which patterns to keep or release, well, that requires discernment. If you're ready to identify what's yours versus what you've inherited, I offer inner altar sessions. Link in bio.